Hey, what's happening? This is Motell Granite again with this Kold Krown. This is the second edition. I got my homeboy TJ up here again, and this is our California connection, is what I like to call it. But today, I'm gonna let y'all listen to a genius speak. Now, once again, he's 15 and he's phenomenal, and he's going to talk about Christmas. We're gonna start off with that to see how much time we have, and let him blow that away. So I'm gonna let TJ take it away for Christmas. So listen first, kids, y'all might want to put your seatbelts on. Adults, you want to buckle up as well, because what you're gonna get, you may not expect. So he's gonna tell you his perspective about the holiday and Christmas ornaments and everything, whatever. Go ahead.
Alright, so about Christmas, what do you think it should really be about? Family, gifts, giving back to the poor, etc. All of the above. To be honest, my personal opinion of Christmas is a pagan holiday that don't really do nothing to benefit me. There's some Christians out there that think Christmas things about the birth of Jesus Christ and etc. No, not really. By the Bible, with this description that they gave him, he was born during early October and spring. But let's not get into that this time. But Christmas is really a pagan holiday. It's pagan. It's don't really, I don't know, it's just a pagan holiday. You agree with that?
Yeah, I think that we've been brainwashed and baptized and born into something that may not be real or not. So we got to find out things on our own from doing studying and from our own experiences.
So, yeah, about me and Christmas is a good thing, but did you know we make 84 or 86 billion dollars off of Christmas, and that's just in America alone, and it's only 784 million people that's poor.
Wow.
And it was crazy. We could feed all of them on Christmas for 1 year. What we gonna spend for on Christmas, we could literally, in America alone, we could stop world hunger for 1 year on Christmas.
He said in America alone.
And it's crazy, like, yeah, and it's, look at America. We are a nation, a strong nation that's feared and conquer, destroyed. We got big weapons. We got nuclear missiles.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Right, but what's crazy? So why we don't, like, let's sit back and let's just really think and put that all BS to the side and really think about Christmas. What is really Christmas about? What is it really about?
Do you guys know?
Nobody knows. Did you know Christmas was invented by a bishop named Saint Nicholas? I bet you already knew that. Saint Nicholas, aka a jolly white fat man named Saint Nicholas. Christmas, with his little elves. Saint Nicholas was a bishop in Turkey. He was a Turkish priest. No, priest and a bishop is same.
Okay.
He was a Turkish bishop that gave three bags of gold, about that big. So imagine that, a sack of gold to a poor family. And I think about Christmas as just giving back and helping for the ones in need. So I'm thinking, instead of receiving, let's give back. But that's also another form of receiving. So instead of receiving everything, let's receive one thing and let's give that one thing to somebody that we care about, and they give it back to us, and then etc. It's about helping each other out. It's about being connected.
Now we're gonna stay on the Christmas thing.
Yeah.
But why do you think it's not natural for us to give?
Because we are selfish. We don't want to see nobody else more superior than us. Would say, like, he got the newest latest phone for Christmas, and I'm stuck with this crappy LG, and he got an iPhone X or iPhone 2020 or whatever Apple makes it here. We're just selfish, and we think about Christmas as giving, receiving. My mother gives me this, I'm gonna get this. My mother spent thousands of dollars on Christmas, millions of dollars, and that's sad.
I did some research recently, TJ, and I found out that Christmas, when they talk about the Christmas tree, it was another country where the tree, like a pine tree or whatever, was like one of the most sacred things that they had in their little territory.
Yeah.
So they would take the tree and use that as some type of I don't want to say a god, or I guess that's almost what it is. A deity or a god, and they took apples and hung apples on the trees.
Yeah.
And so instead of, because we know what happened to the apples, they got rotten and they went bad. So what the people started doing is using ornaments. So now we see these ornaments on the trees that people use, that you hang, instead of using that, but still the significance is there for this hanging of apples. And I'm personally offended by the concept of anything hanging.
Yeah, that is
Because
really.
there's a deep-seated other part about history which we don't have to go into, because there's another major defect in history that uses the concept of hanging. But back to Christmas, Saint Nick, once again, this Saint Nick person, Christopher Columbus, whoever else, I don't want to get too far off the subject, but slavery and racism and everything, it all starts from somebody being able to have the ability to trick and manipulate somebody.
It really did.
So for a hard working parent to buy gifts for their kids and to give credit to a white man is bizarre.
It really is.
So it's another caper. So between, just so that y'all know, me personally, I continue to blame us for falling for the same trick. It's like 3 Top Molly. How many times you gonna fall for the trick? Get out of line and quit betting on this type of stuff. Learn things for yourself and be historical. But again, the Christmas stuff is coming up. A lot of people are going to be disappointed on Christmas if they don't get what they want. So now we got people who feel bad because their parents weren't able to provide what they needed.
Right, feelings hurt, and
Yes.
even if they did get something for Christmas, it's not what they wanted. Parents, I'm gonna tell you this now. I'm only 15 years old, and I had Christmas so many times, and I'm sick of it because I realized I got toys that I destroyed. I got video games that I scratched up and broke. I had got stuff that I don't appreciate, but really, it's so frustrating that I watch my mother break her back and neck to just provide for the crap that I need. So parents, this is go out for you. I know you guys, I'm proud of you guys. Y'all gave birth to the future generation. We are 90% of the population, but we are 100% of your future. Parents, this year, instead of getting your kids what they want, give them what they need. And if they don't accept it and they don't like what you got them, the next year don't get them crap. Make them give back instead of them receiving. And if they feel bad for it, make them constantly keep giving back.
Listen, parents as well, that's excellent what you just said. Entrepreneurism is, you guys create your own culture, create your own environment. If you have a home or habitat, make that home be comfortable, and you get credit for whatever goes on inside of it.
Right.
Don't give credit to some individual who we've never seen before.
Right.
I know somebody we're not going to go into God and Jesus Christ and stuff like that, but we're going to stick to the whole Christmas concept. But Saint Nick is who this underground attack might be at this point, because the holiday is coming up. We're in December now. It's December the 11th with Happy Birthday Polo. But it's December the 11th, so Christmas is coming up fast. But TJ and I are some advanced individuals, and we want to try and put this and promote this video now to see if we can give 2 weeks or so to save people from going into a complete crisis, and parents now going into mode of, my kid's not going to be happy if I can't get them what they want. So now the parent is disappointed. Now the kid is disappointed. Some people are sad because we have relatives who passed away and they won't celebrate Christmas with them. So this whole concept of a pagan holiday or different things is making us feel worse as opposed to making us feel better. Now, if the concept of giving is supposed to make us feel good, then we need to give our time, and we need to give our thoughts and our love to people, or try to be a positive force that way, instead of running off to Walmart or
Target or Best Buy,
Amazon,
or
and buying all the stuff. When they jack the prices up, knowing that they can get you at this particular time.
Right.
You know, the whole concept of Black Friday, it's a spit in a lot of people's face when you use the word black as well anyway, tied to Black Friday. So now Black Friday, what is again? It's a whole thing where everybody rushes like a madman or a mad woman.
And it's
just trying-
crazy that only goes on in America. And different countries like in China or the UK, they all walk in like they're civilized one by one. They grab what they want, they buy it, they go on about their business. But in America, we rush in like, oh, hell is all loose. We grab, we break things. Man,
So let me
I'm
ask you a
thinking about-
question, TJ.
And this is
In America, are we just followers, or is this like a global thing? Are we just, as I'm going to say it,
Yeah,
it is
we
what
are
it is,
followers.
as black people, I'm going to say black people. Are we followers?
because we look at something, we look, say, I don't know, as me as an individual, and if I didn't have this mindset, I would be like everybody else. I would like Lil Yachty, TK, 6ix9ine. I'm sorry for that, but there's a rapper named 6ix9ine, and don't listen to his music. Look him up if you're curious, and just listen to the words that he be saying. It's bullcrap, it's bogus, and it's fake.
I've
Rap
been
is-
listening to 21 Savage a little bit.
It's crazy. Their music is catchy. It meant to be playing in your head, and they want to get conspiracy about Illuminati, but let's not get about that. So what we was talking about again?
Well, Christmas and the whole thing about being tricked, hoodwinked, and bamboozled
Oh,
as,
yeah.
as people. So this
We-
Christmas holiday,
Christmas holiday, it gets us hooked about just bullcrap that's pretty much going to break in a matter of minutes, hours, days, months. Really, let's just sit back and just be thankful for the stuff that we got. And just don't be thankful just on this holiday. Be thankful for everything you got, because in different parts of the world, they ain't got jack. In different parts of the world, they get paid less than $1. And we get paid, I don't know, $300, $400, $1,000, $3,000, and we still be like, oh, I can't live with this. If you really know how to make your money, invest some of your money into this, you could be making some of your profit back way more. But when I say we as people, as a follower, we follow as the same man's shoes as we think. And don't think like, oh, I'm making me a new path, I'm gonna be this rapper, and I'm gonna make it a new style of rapper. You ain't a new style rapper. Somebody tried it before you, but you're just following in their shoes. You heard it, but you ignored it. But when start crap not coming your way, you going towards it.
So, let me say this with you, real quick. I think something just came to me. To me now, say for instance, a person to me does not know how to do math. They don't have to know how to do math. They don't know how to count money. They don't have to know how to read or whatever. But the one thing I think they need to have is instincts. And if you got instincts, then you can respond to a situation as it appears. So that means, you know, instead of trying to worry about tomorrow in case tomorrow never comes for you or for me or any of us as individuals, you got to have instincts. So there are people that don't know how to read, that don't know how to count money, that don't know how to do math or whatnot.
And they make multi-millions.
But they're sharp people anyway because of their instincts. So we talk about this Christmas holiday. Have your own instincts. Don't allow the concept of a Saint Nick and somebody humongous coming through your chimney when most of us may or may not have a chimney.
Right.
So the whole concept of this huge person with a beard from some place called the North Pole.
Fat and jolly and have little hot, like, you can call them whatever you want. They're midgets. That's what they really are. They're midgets. They're not just midgets. They're slave workers, and they're midgets, and they be forced to wear this. And I'm thinking about, like, there's some evil stuff that really is about Christmas. If you don't know history about Christmas, there's two people that in the song. He knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been good or bad. So be good for Christmas' sake.
That's right.
Did you know Saint Nicholas, aka Santa Claus, had a partner in crime named Krampus? Santa Claus don't give two craps about who get gifts and who been naughty, who been bad. He just gives gifts to make his profit, to make his money. But Krampus is the one who truly cares for the kids, for this future generation. So he punishes them, he disciplines them, he gives them, he's the person who gives them coal. Everybody gets a toy. Everybody gets nuts, fruit. But Krampus be watching you. He be saying, oh, you been naughty, so let me take this away and give you your coal. Let me
that's heavy stuff. Let me ask you this real quick. Do you know, now I'm not deeply sure about this concept of cookies and milk.
I don't even know what it's about.
Supposedly a parent is supposed to leave cookies and milk out
I
for
think
Saint
it's just
Nick.
an offering.
An offering, a sacrifice.
Pretty much, like instead of being like a blood sacrifice or the sacrifice of your newborn child. I'm sorry, but like really look at religions. They offer a sacrifice, a soul sacrifice, a blood sacrifice.
Christmas is a religion.
Right. Christmas is really a religion because it involves of a sacrifice or an offering, I should say. So if you offer fruit to your deity or you offer milk and cookies, so you pretty much saying Krampus is the devil. And no, Krampus, like look at Krampus, he's pretty much a man that's half goat, half man, he got horns. But also look at an Aries, half goat, half man, half horns. Cardinal sign, the elder zodiac sign in the book. So I really think an Aries is zodiac. Krampus is a zodiac sign of the description of an Aries. But let's not get to that. Christmas is a religion. It's because you're giving something, an offering to this man that you think it got mystical powers that could give your children toys or put your child on the naughty list and make your kids be good, or you say make your kids be good or there's going to be a consequence of Krampus coming and kidnap your kids in the middle of the night and disciplining them. What does that sound like to you?
Yeah, that's some type of hypnotist type of process again to try to, like I mentioned before, my whole concept again is stuck on the fact that we are trying to hypnotize people to make them behave the way we want them to behave.
Right.
So Santa Claus and this whole concept of, we haven't even talked about pepper in your eyes yet.
Oh, no.
If you don't go to sleep, you're going to get pepper in your eyes.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? So this is a fear tactic. We talked about the word fear. It's probably one of the largest negatives on the planet.
It is. It's the number one negative.
So when you think about them making a mockery out of the idea of giving, now you want to talk about putting pepper in the children's eyes, which is insane. I mean,
it's like that's child abuse.
You talk about, what is it, 946 kids, whatever the number is, 976 kids, I don't even know. Because I would never call it on my kids, they would never call it on
it's like 6'9" kids?
Whatever, 6'9", 6 kids, whatever it is. But needless to say, that's some child calling
that's
type stuff.
Right, that's some BS.
Somebody should be arrested if you're putting pepper in some kids' eyes.
That's like saying, I'm going to whip my kids with some switches, bare butt naked. But what's crazy, Krampus do that. He disciplines the kids that have been naughty. But St. Nicholas just give toys to the fat jelly other kids and make them spoil them so he can make that, what does that sound? Money.
And he gets credit and looks like the good guy, like in a commercial. He can be the one that's sponsored and gets all of the credit, and all of the parents and everybody else gets to be the bad guy or the bad woman in a scenario. And St. Nick, the jolly white man, gets credit for all of the good stuff.
Right, but what about Krampus? Oh, he get credit for the bad stuff. Oh, he whipped my son, and well, to be honest, you should well, I'm sorry, but you could say, oh, discipline your kids. That's not how you get into their heads. You don't need to discipline your kids. You don't need to discipline them physically. You can discipline them mentally, emotionally, but let's not get into that. You can take away something to them, and then be like, oh, I feel incomplete without it. If your child is acting unruly in your household and you know you can't do nothing else about it, take all of his crap. I mean, PlayStation, Xbox, TV, internet, everything. Make sure you have his phone, all the electronic stuff that he has. You take it away, you lock it up. And if you know your child is going to go in your room, lock your room. If you got a window in your room and you know your son can get doing, lock your window.
And you guys need to understand, this is this is the child, for the most part, excuse my language, but this is the youth telling the story to the adults.
Right.
Isn't this interesting that we're talking about Christmas and this young man is 15? I think when I was 15, I might have still been excited and high on the concept of Santa Claus.
Right.
So this young man is galaxies above. That's why I'm glad he's able to come to Kold Krown and bring this presentation, because he's off the charts.
I'm really
and we're talking about this Christmas thing. We're breaking this down. We're talking about putting pepper in kids' eyes. If I say that to y'all right now, I'm gonna go and put pepper in somebody's eyes. Y'all would call
the police
and have me arrested.
Right, for a child in endangerment, attempted something
Attempted murder.
Right, but let's talk about the religious part of Christmas. Do you think Christmas has to do something with Christianity? No, it did nothing with Christianity, but now people think it does something with Christianity because, like, oh, it's the birth of baby Jesus. You're wrong. You're really wrong because about Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, but that's your guy's Lord and Savior. That's your follower. But I believe we are a piece of God. We are Jesus because really look at it. God gave birth to His kids. Without a partner, life would not have been created. That's what I believe. Like, oh wow, what type of person that could manipulate a man? Can a man manipulate a man?
Not that much. It's more of a woman that
True.
can manipulate a man.
Right, but let's not get into that. But Christianity does nothing about Christmas. Jesus' birth on Christmas Day, it's a false, it's a lie. You could dislike the video and all this other BS, and if you really do some search and read the Bible carefully, when they say release the sheep and etc., it's really about talking about early spring and October because when's the only time when animals give birth? During the fall.
Reproduction time, yeah.
Yeah, reproduction time during the spring and the summer, and they give birth in the fall.
Guys, look at this. I don't know if y'all can see that. Xmas. Now let's talk about that for a second. How the term Christmas, it has the word Christ inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say Xmas, then we're crossing out Christ and just using the X in Mas. So Xmas, taking the word Christmas out. Now, have you seen that before ever written?
Xmas.
Hey, have you ever seen that or no?
I haven't seen it written, but
Okay.
I heard of it.
Okay, let me educate you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the adults, y'all understand this. You'll see Xmas, and we all know that the word Christmas is Christ Mass. So if you're taking the word Christ out, and then you add in the letter X, which
yeah.
is crossing it out. So you're crossing Christ out of Christmas. I mean, this stuff is just
It's evil. You could say
it's satanic.
It
you
is.
know?
It really is. Cause I'm thinking in my head, and I'm only 15 years old, and you say, "Oh, he's too young to be going through this." Really, a lot. I believe we, as human beings, Homo sapiens, whatever you want to call it. I'm not gonna call you a Homo sapien because it means smart man. But really, who's out here kind of smart? Who's smart for real? What's the definition of smart? Knowing all knowledge.
Who knows?
Really. But where was I going with this? But really, it's our fault. We made up of a figment of our imagination. Look at a kid; he has a very vivid of imagination until he starts getting corrupted and start believing in religion. I believe we didn't need to. But what's the point of believing into a religion that you could just praise God Himself? You could cherish God without going to a building. You could cherish God without going to church on Sunday. Really, my opinion, there's no point in having a religion. There's no point of having a church because every religion points to a deity or a description of a God. We all point to the same moon. We're the fingers pointing to the moon, but we're so affectionate with the other fingers are like, oh wait, do you believe in the same religion as me? But no, but I do believe in this moon. But this moon is not like our moon. There's only one moon and there's only one God. All gods is the same. Really. Look at the Muslim book and put it together. Look at the Muslim. Just explore different religions. You can still have your faith and religion, but did God say you can't explore different religions? Really? Like, this is coming from me. I myself, I do not believe in no religion. No man. With me, you can say Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior. If you don't accept Him, you're going to be in eternal damnation. I don't accept Him, but I do believe in His words. But I'd rather just believe in the God and be spiritual instead of being in a religion.
Listen, this is really heavy, and we have gotten close to almost an ending point.
Yeah.
But we have torn up and put back together the concept of Christmas real quick. And the next time we come together, we're planning on talking about Magi
And Niga.
and Negus which
Yeah.
is a whole nother level. So you guys need to be ready for our next presentation. But I definitely want to thank TJ once again for coming on to the Cold Crown Show. The good always win, and giving us a presentation on Christmas. We're able to break this down several weeks before Christmas actually is here.
Mm-hmm.
We want you guys to subscribe, like, and comment.
It
as
doesn't.
well.
Yeah, just do something positive. And this goes off for parents. We almost at the end of this video. Don't get your kids nothing if it's not going to help them out. Don't get them no toys. Don't get them no Xbox. I understand if they're like little kids, then you could spoil them with the toys. But I'm talking about older kids, parents.
Right.
I'm talking about teenagers. Don't get them no phone. You could get them one little toy, and the rest could be clothes. Because sooner or later, they could be like asking a couple months later, "Mama, I need some pants. Mama, I need some more shoes." Don't spend. Just get some shoes that will last. Don't get them no Jordans. Don't get them like this is me. This is my opinion. I won't buy no Jordans, no LeBrons, no Kyries because they're not no good shoes. They're not. Cause you constantly say like if you constantly keep moving in your shoes, they're gonna rip, tear, and wear. With me, I had some Fila boots that I had for a year, and they still good. The only thing I just need to do is replace the shoestrings.
So listen, we have got to roll because we on a time schedule. We got stuff that we got to do in this world. We movers and shakers. So listen, we'd like to congratulate you guys for sitting in and enjoying us. TJ, I want to thank you one more time, sir, for your presentation. Until next time, guys, we're going to have some more good stuff for y'all.
Tune in next time.